We just spent 7 days at Dreams Flora, and let's just say it might be one of the best all-inclusive resorts in Punta Cana. But is it right for you? Before you book, you need to hear this. Hi, I'm Asai, a travel agent specializing in luxury and all-inclusive vacations. Hey, so after so many months of teasing this video, the time has finally come. I am here with a full breakdown and review of our stay at Dreams Flora. I've already done the full walkthrough, the room tour, and a daily vlog series, but today I'm getting down into the nitty-gritty of everything that we thought about Dreams Flora. I'm gonna tell you exactly what I thought as a travel agent, spending a week with my family, my husband, and my 2 kids at Dreams Flora. So let's get into it. Dreams Flora is a beautiful, nearly brand new resort with 520 rooms located on Cabeza del Toro near Punta Cana in the Dominican Republic. Now, with that said, I say nearly brand new because the opening date was actually February of 2023, and you may be like, well, that sounds brand new to me, and it is. However, this resort was a different resort before. It was called Natura Park Beach and Spa Eco Resort. However, Dreams Flora has been completely renovated top to bottom. Everything is fresh, new, nice, modern, updated. So it does have a brand new feel to it. For your reference, when we stayed, it was the end of September 2024. First things first, a little bit of a disclaimer. I was not compensated for my thoughts in any way. This is my personal review. I spent my money for this vacation, and I'm not giving any sort of a review in exchange for anything to Dreams Flora or the Hyatt Inclusive brand. Secondly, I will have timestamps down in the description so that you can jump around this video as you need to get to the parts that are the most important to you. So let's dive in. First up, location and arrival. The great thing about Dreams Flora is that it is located just about a 20-minute drive from Punta Cana International Airport. We arranged our transportation through a company called Mr. and Mrs. Punta Cana. I will go ahead and link their information down in the description. It is not an affiliate link or anything. They were wonderful to work with. In fact, we had a small hiccup with our reservation, and because of the hiccup, they actually gave me one free one-way transfer the next time that I am in Punta Cana, which is great. So I definitely do recommend them. We had a great experience. So once we located our driver and made our way into the van and we drove to Dreams Flora, we pulled up, and it's this beautiful open air lobby underneath this huge palapa roof, and they have these beautiful stepped fountains, and then you have the check-in desk. There's a small resort store. There's also the Coco Cafe, which is your 24-hour coffee and snack shop. And then our room, we had booked a preferred club room, so we were led over to the preferred club lounge. Now, with this preferred club lounge, it's located in the lobby, which sounds great. However, we found that we didn't utilize a lot of the lounge perks that we could have if maybe this lounge were located a little bit closer toward the main pool area. So once we were up into the lounge, they have a preferred club bar, and it is only for preferred club guests. So we grabbed a drink. They also have an area full of snacks. So they will serve breakfast, lunch, and then like hors d'oeuvres, dinner, snack things. If you just need a quick bite, maybe you're heading out the door or something for an excursion or something like that. So it was great. We were able to grab a drink from the bar, a couple little snacks, and then they had a sitting area where we could sit. The check-in reception guys could do their check-in thing, and we could enjoy our snacks, and we didn't have to sit and wait or, stand in a long line or anything like that. We also got to meet our butler. His name was Oscar. So all in all, I would say that for us in a preferred club room, the check-in process literally took maybe 15 to 20 minutes. And I think part of that was us having our little snack and not actually waiting for anything in particular. Oscar, our butler, took us on a tour of the resort. We did walk the tour, and I'll get into property specifics in just a moment, but he led us on a full tour that probably took about 20 minutes or so, and the culmination of the tour was he took us to our rooms. He gave us a full tour of our rooms, and I'll go into detail about the room in a little bit, but he gave us a full tour of our rooms, all of the features, everything that we needed to know, and then we were off on our own. So next up, we have the resort layout and the grounds. And one of the things that I absolutely loved about this resort was the layout. I loved the footprint. I loved how small, maybe small is not the right word, but how manageable this resort was. And if you want to get a better sense of what I'm talking about, make sure you take a look at my walkthrough video that I will link up here. It takes you on a full tour of this resort and points out all of the features that you need to know before you stay here. You have one main walkway through the middle of the resort. You have buildings on either side of that big, I don't even want to call it a walkway. It's the courtyard area. It's where the pools are. I'll get into that in a moment. And then on the opposite side of those buildings are other courtyard areas and additional pools, and in some cases restaurants and the spa and all of that. Again, if you watch my walkthrough video, you'll get a much better sense of the layout and what I'm talking about. So I did find the walkability was great. It didn't take too long at all to walk from the lobby down to the beach, maybe just a couple of minutes, and the walk was beautiful. The landscaping at this resort is lush, it's tropical, it is so clean and fresh. The landscapers do an amazing job of keeping everything trimmed and cleaned up and all of that. There isn't really any wildlife or anything of note other than maybe some birds. We didn't see any, monkeys or anything like that. And then, like I said, the walkability is great with an asterisk. So anybody with major mobility concerns, I'm not entirely sure that this resort would be right for you, because in the main pool area, and I'll insert clips here, you have to walk up and down a short set of stairs and like a boardwalk to get over the pool down to the beach area. There are ways around that if you go on the outside of those buildings. However, it's not that convenient, and it's not as convenient as the main pool area. So that's definitely something to keep in mind if you're traveling with anybody with mobility concerns. Let's talk about the rooms at this resort. As I mentioned, we were staying in a Preferred Club Double Tropical View. My in-laws also traveled with us, and they were in a Preferred Club Tropical View King. Take a look at my full room tour walkthrough here. Now, the room with the double beds, I'm not entirely sure that they're actually true double beds. My husband and I sleep on a queen at home, and these beds felt not as large as a queen. However, they didn't feel as small as a double. We did have a pull-out sofa sleeper. The sofa sleeper was more in our room of a twin size sofa sleeper. However, in my in-laws' room, they had a king bed, and their sofa sleeper seemed like a double size bed. And I know that because one night my kids slept on the sofa sleeper in their room. They did a little Grammy and Pop-Up sleepover. With that said, even as a family of 4, we were not given the option to book a king room with a sofa sleeper, which to me is kind of silly. The rooms are a bit tight. They're not as large as some other rooms that we've stayed in. One thing we loved about our room was the little bar top area near the mini bar, and there were snacks, and the shelving was fantastic. It did also feel cramped in the way of closet storage. Because we are a family of 4, we've got 2 full-grown adults and then 2 kids. My kids are 8 and 10 at the time that we traveled. We all just kind of have a lot of stuff. I did request some more hangers from our butler, and we were able to hang up whatever items that we needed. I loved how stocked our closet was. We had a steamer, we had bathrobes that I used every single night. We had slippers, which I love slippers, especially in a resort. I also loved the bathroom and the fact that you could fully close the door and enclose the entire bathroom area, and I loved having a separate toilet area. We've stayed at resorts where the bathroom itself is not open concept, but within the bathroom, the toilet is open. So it really leaves the entire bathroom unable to be used by anybody else, especially getting ready for dinner and things like that. We had a large shower with excellent water pressure, tons of hot water, double sinks, tons of storage in the bathroom. They have these shelves in the corner that fit all of my stuff and my 10-year-old daughter who's obsessed with skincare. Anybody else? It's a 5th grade thing, I don't know. The amenities in the bathroom were excellent. We had whatever we needed. The only thing that I This is a personal preference. The only thing I didn't love is that the shampoo, conditioner, and body wash all came in small bottles. I just wish they had the big bottles on the wall that you can refill. You know, I'm more of an eco-conscious type of person. And then we did have a furnished balcony. I don't think we stepped on it once except to store our inner tubes and floats out there and maybe to hang something up. I do wish that we had gotten a pool view or an ocean view room because I would have enjoyed a morning cup of coffee out on the balcony otherwise. We did find that our minibar was stocked daily. We also were given snacks and we had as much water as we could ever want every day. I mean, multiple bottles of water. Even if our fridge was full, they always left a few bottles on the table and chair area for us. And we always had 2 bottles in the bathroom too. As a reminder, don't drink the water, brush your teeth with bottled water. Overall, we found housekeeping services to be excellent. They came every single day, replenished the towels, made the beds, all that kind of stuff. Everything felt clean when we went back into our room. We were warned, and this is a hot button topic. We were warned by our butler to make sure we utilize the safe. This is the only time I've ever been warned at a resort that there is a real possibility of theft, and I don't understand it. As a travel advisor too, you know how many groups I belong to on Facebook for travel advisors, and I have never heard anything about theft until Dreams Flora. If you go onto the Dreams Flora Facebook fan page, it's not an uncommon occurrence either. Our butler recommended using the safe for any and everything, and that sounded like a great idea at first, until 2 or 3 times we would walk into our room and realize that there was an afternoon power outage like every single day that shut down our entire room, which means it shut down the safe. So our safe would be open and unlocked. Once we realized that, we actually started locking all of our valuables up inside of our suitcases and locking those. And it definitely has kind of made me rethink how safe are hotel safes. So just something to keep in mind. Like I said, very hot button issue. I hope it doesn't happen to you. We did not have anything stolen from us. However, funny story, my husband did think that something was stolen from his wallet until he found his money in his pocket from the pants the night before. So maybe a few less drinks. Dining and restaurant options. At Dreams Flora, you definitely will not go hungry. The restaurants offered include a buffet, 5 different a la carte restaurants, a 24-hour coffee bar and snack shack, and a beachside snack shack for lunch. Something to note about the food is that a lot of people complain about Dreams food. This is my first Dreams resort that I've ever stayed at, but I will be honest with you, I was blown away with how much I enjoyed all of the food that we ate the entire week here. For breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you have the World Cafe. This is your standard buffet. They have an amazing breakfast selection, anything you could want, including an egg station, omelet station, pastries, fruit, amazing things. And one thing I loved about the buffet is they have a whole section just for kids. So as I mentioned, this is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner daily. For dinner, they do change the theme around every single night, and they may offer different cuisines on different nights. Then you have, of course, the 24-hour coffee shop and snack bar. You can go here and get coffee and coffee drinks. They do teas and things like that. They'll do any kind of specialty coffee that you would like. They also offer pre-made sandwiches. They offer fruit cups, yogurt parfaits. They have a variety of pastries and desserts. My daughter's absolute favorite was the raspberry. For lunch, you also have the option of the Barefoot Grill. This is located beachside, and this offers standard kind of like American fare of like hot dogs, burgers, nachos, fries. I think they even had salads. We ate here a few times. The food was great. It's so quick and easy to get. You can either eat it under the gazebo type area at like picnic tables, or you can take it back to your lounge chair. And then for dinner, you have 5 different restaurants. The Asian restaurant Himitsu, which is a la carte Asian, like table service, or teppanyaki, hibachi, show cooking. That is the only portion of any restaurant on the entire property that needs reservations. None of the restaurants need reservations at all unless you want to sit at the teppanyaki table. You have Portofino, which is the Italian restaurant. You have El Patio, which is the Mexican restaurant. You have the Seaside Grill, which is a steakhouse restaurant. And then finally you have Bordeaux, which is a French gourmet, adults only restaurant. So no kids are allowed at this restaurant. So let's dive into the food quality. I already talked about the buffet and Coco Cafe and the Barefoot Grill. So Himitsu, again, it was the Asian restaurant, and teppanyaki tables. Now, we never did the sit-down Himitsu table service portion of this restaurant. We did the teppanyaki tables twice. My kids love a hibachi show, but so do we. And our two experiences were completely different. So I'm really glad that we did actually get to eat here twice. The first time that we went, our chef was incredible. His name was Julio. He would sing. He was so entertaining and so energetic and really got our entire table and crowd moving and clapping along. And it was really, really, really fun.
Yeah. Paul, dime que salgan los otros cocineros. Los otros cocineros que salgan. Diga más, debiste dudar de mí. Si por algo me llevaran, no terminaría logrando desde mi prisión. En la casa que vivía, tú no me quieres.
Our second experience, the food was just as excellent as before, which I didn't even mention, but he was just not quite as entertaining or energetic as Julio. The food at the Himitsu teppanyaki tables is sort of like a prefix menu. So it's standard for everybody with all of the different courses that you receive, but it was excellent. As somebody who loves Asian food, it's delicious. So next up we have Portofino. Portofino is the Italian restaurant, and it is so good. It was so good that we ate here twice. We really, really loved the caprese salad. That was one of our favorites. We also ordered an antipasti for the table, which was a variety of Italian meats and cheeses and tomato focaccia bread, olives and nuts. We also ordered the beef carpaccio, which was delicious, thinly sliced beef in olive oil and balsamic and some Parmesan cheese, and it was so, so yummy. And then for our main dishes, my son ordered pizza. He really liked that. My daughter got spaghetti and meatballs. I had the seafood pasta. Everything that everybody ordered in our party of 6 was delicious. So then we have El Patio, which is the Mexican restaurant. Now, we enjoyed the Mexican restaurant. It probably was our least favorite of all of the restaurants, but we did enjoy what we ordered. We ordered the cheese molotes, which are kind of like Mexican mozzarella sticks, and they were really good. We did order an assortment of tacos, and I'm pretty sure my daughter got the fajitas because she loves fajitas. And then for dessert, we got churros and the tres leches cake, all of which were good. Now, I'm not saying that I wouldn't eat at the Mexican restaurant. I think that we just eat Mexican a lot at home. I think it was a little bit bland. There wasn't much of a kick to anything like we're used to when we have Bordeaux, which is the adults only restaurant. Something to note that's really important about this restaurant is that it is the only restaurant that men are required to wear closed-toed shoes and long pants. I just want to start out by saying that the food here was amazing. We did order the lobster bisque, and it definitely wasn't very lobstery. It was a little bit on the bland side, but it was still pretty good. Being from the Mid-Atlantic region, I think that my view of seafood is probably a little bit different than maybe other people. Everybody ordered the beef tenderloin, and it was incredible. So tender, so juicy, so delicious. The sauce really completed the entire meal with the potatoes and the delicious vegetables that were also included. For dessert, I think we actually ordered every single one of them, from the creme brulee to the profiteroles to the chocolate duo, and some of us, me, maybe had a little bit of entree envy for my husband because his dessert wound up being amazing. So finally, that leaves us with the Seaside Grill, which is the steakhouse. And here is more of like an American style grill steakhouse type of restaurants. So for example, my son ordered buffalo chicken wings. They have an iceberg wedge salad, but what they're known for are their steaks. And I personally ordered the churrasco, which I am not a big fan of steak when it comes to Mexico or the Caribbean, except for now. This steak, this churrasco steak, I'm not sure what they did, but it was one of the best steaks I've ever had in the Caribbean. Typically, I find the meat is a little more tough, more gamey, and the churrasco sauce, which kind of reminded me of a chimichurri. And then for dessert, they offer a Nutella cake, an apple cake, or a baked Alaska. Now, something to note about the Seaside Grill, they are also open only for Preferred Club guests for breakfast and lunch daily. Now, this will be a seated a la carte breakfast or lunch, so if you're getting tired of the buffet, you just want somebody to serve you, order and serve you. I'm a mom, I cook all the time, I prepare food for everybody all the time. It's nice to be waited on like that on vacation. We did go here once or twice for breakfast, we did go here once for lunch. It is open air under a large palapa, so it is definitely warm. However, the food was excellent, the service was even better than that, and I would recommend it if you prefer a seated restaurant for breakfast and lunch. Bars and drinks. There are no shortage of bars at Dreams Flora. There are 4 pools. Every single pool has a swim-up bar, and then on the back side of that swim-up bar is a walk-up bar that anybody can go to with the exception of the 2 Preferred Club pools. There is also a beachside bar, there is a lobby bar, there's a sports bar that turns into a disco nightclub after, I think, 11. There's a theater bar. There are bars everywhere. You are not going to go thirsty. Now for the drinks, one thing that I really enjoyed about this resort is that they offer a drink of the day, and I would always give it a try, see if I liked it. It's usually like a fruity, tropical type of concoction, but overall, the drinks were pretty good. I'm not a sweet drink girl. I really love beer. Most of the time what I drank was either Presidente, I would do like a champagne, sparkling wine. With dinner, I would either have red or white wine. If I didn't want beer or champagne or wine or anything like that, I would do like an Absolute with club soda and a splash of some kind of juice. At every single bar, they will also serve non-alcoholic drinks. I was quite happy with the alcohol selection, although I'm not much of an alcohol snob. They had something to suit everybody, including my father-in-law, who's a big-time bourbon whiskey fan. He found everything perfectly suitable for him. But at every single bar, my kids were able to go and order whatever they wanted. They made anything non-alcoholic that you would want. They ordered so many pina coladas and Miami Vices and daiquiris the whole week. I think their favorite thing was going up to the swim-up bar and ordering some kind of pina colada frozen concoction. I will also add that the wait times at the bars were great. The bartenders were friendly, they were efficient, and they definitely served you very quickly. There are pool and beachside servers that will come around and get drinks from you, and the more friendly you are, the more they're likely to either remember your drink or bring you a drink before you even know you need one. So it's just a really nice touch. Not all resorts offer pool and beachside service, and Dreams Flora does. The beach. And the beach here is a bit on the shallow side. It's not a long, deep, lots of sand type of beach. There are plenty of loungers, at least for the time that we came. And there are even 2 separate Preferred Club beach sections that are of course for Preferred Club guests only. We felt that those sections were a little too far away from the beach bar, the beach snack shack, and sort of the action and the entertainment. We prefer to sort of be where everything's happening. So we stayed in the main section, and by the time we got down there to grab chairs around 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning, we were able to find something. Again, caveat, we were there in September of 2024, so that could have been the lower fall times. Anyone who's been there during a high season like the holidays or spring break, comment down below and let me know what it felt like getting a chair. Now the beach quality itself, it was very calm. It was a bit murky where the little bit of waves that there were, where they were crashing up onto the beach and kind of churning the sand. There was a little bit of sargassum. Some people call it seaweed, but it's actually a seagrass. And that would wash up on shore, and there was actually quite a bit of debris. There were some storms the week before that we were there, and all of that debris started washing up on the sand like bamboo logs and coconuts and things like that. And it actually was great because my kids would build like little water trenches and things on the beach, and they had so much fun doing that. But the resort did an amazing job of cleaning up any of the sargassum or seaweed that washed up on the shore. And we never had a problem with it so much in the water. If you get past the sort of murky-ish areas, number one, it's still really pretty shallow. There were plenty of areas where I could touch. However, I do always recommend bringing floats of some sort. So the quality of the beach was pretty good. I think it's great for younger kids. Mine were 8 and 10. I felt very confident and comfortable with them swimming, close by in the water right near us and not worried about anything happening. The waves were not rough. So I think it's great for definitely younger kids. The pools, there are 4 pools, 2 of which are open to all guests, and that includes the main pool. And then also there's another pool that's closer to the lobby that is beautiful as well. Now that pool will play like soft music, but there's no activities there. At the main pool is where you're gonna have most of your activities and entertainment that are happening during the day, and I will get into that in the entertainment section. There are also 2 additional pools. One is the Preferred Club Adults Only pool, only for adults obviously, and then there's the Preferred Club Family pool. All of the pools are deep, so definitely keep that in mind. I'm only 5'2", and I basically needed to get in with a float into every single pool that I went to. So on top of 4 pools at this resort, there's also an amazing and super fun water park. The water park has 4 racing slides, which are a blast, and then 1 sort of drop speed slide, and then 2 other slides, one that is open and then one that is a closed tube slide. We spent a lot of time here. My kids loved it. You do have to be a certain height, which I'll input here, in order to use the slides. They say an age too, but they don't check that. I think the height is more important than anything, but my 8 and 10-year-olds had no problem on them. They weren't too scary. Even my mother-in-law and father-in-law, who are in their low 70s, went down the slides, and we just had such a great time here. The only thing that they could add here is a bar and maybe like a little snack shack. So Dreams Royal Beach has the same water park, but they have a bar close by, and they have like a panini sandwich shack right there. So I think that's the only thing missing from this water park. Entertainment and activities. Dreams Flora does offer daily scheduled activities and nightly themed shows and entertainment. You can find on the schedule, or if you're Preferred Club, your butler will text you a list of the day's activities and everything that's going on. But you can find, usually every morning there's yoga, and then there's usually some sort of beach or pool activities a few times throughout the afternoon. So maybe at the pool, you can always find like pool aerobics at some point during the day. I think it's usually around noon. And then a lot of times they'll do some kind of beach game right after that, so like 12:30 or something like that. The staff does a great job of coming around and trying to get you to do activities and join in with them and have some fun. They did some dance lessons that we participated in. We learned how to bachata, which is a Dominican dance. And then at night, they do offer live music in the lobby right before the show, usually some kind of a band playing or a singer or something like that. And then there's the nightly show, and they change it up every single night. You can watch my full vlog series that I'll link up here. We're pretty outgoing and approachable. We participated in most of the activities that we could when we were at the property. So the nightly shows that they offer include things like a Dominican show, they have a rock show, a Broadway show, a magic show, a circus show. We had a beach party one night, and then there was a karaoke night. So we found all of the nightly entertainment to be great. The shows were really fun. I think that they were really well done. And then usually after the show, there was more live music in the lobby, either a band or a DJ. I love me a DJ, so we had so much fun dancing after the shows most nights. However, I did think that the daily entertainment was a little bit lacking. Coming from some of our experiences at, in particular, the Iberostar Paraiso Maya, take a look at my thoughts here. They have more activities going on. They have what they call the crazy game at both the pool and the beach every day. They play music from a DJ more often. The music at the main pool was usually like a softer background music, and then they would do something for, at times, 30 minutes, like aerobics, or they had something on the schedule called like Club DJ or something like that. They would literally play one fun song and the staff would get up on stage and dance, but then that would be it. And at Iberostar, they would play the music for like an hour or two. So it was just a little bit different, a little bit more subdued, a different kind of a vacation. If you haven't guessed already, we're pretty active people. We enjoy entertainment and things like that. So that was a little bit of a disappointment. We still had a blast. We still had so much fun making friends with all of the staff members and went to everything that we could and enjoyed all of the entertainment. It was just different. They do also offer a kids club called the Explorers Club and a teen club, which is located near the sports bar. I have no experience with the kids club, but if anyone has utilized the kids club at Dreams Flora, post down in the comments. I would love to know your experience and what you thought. The spa and the fitness center. The fitness center was amazing. It was a really large room. There were all kinds of machines, anything that you could need, treadmills, cardio equipment, dumbbells, anything that you need if you are a person who likes to work out on vacation. Excellent fitness center. The spa, I did not take a look at. However, they did offer daily specials, and they do, of course, offer all different kinds of treatments there that you can view on the app, or you can stop in and chat with them. Service and staff. We were so pleasantly surprised by the service and the staff here at Dreams Flora. If you watched my Iberostar Bavaro Suites video, I'll link that here, you will know that I was less than impressed with the service at that resort. The service and the staff at Dreams Flora made me absolutely fall in love with the Dominican Republic. Any preconceived notion I had before coming into our stay at Dreams Flora was gone. We were met with a smile through everything. Every single staff member we encountered, every bartender, every waiter, every member of the animation team, they were so pleasant, so helpful, such a smile on their faces. And I would come back to Dreams Flora for the staff alone. Wi-Fi and connectivity. The entire resort does offer free Wi-Fi. We had not a single problem. We could stay connected anywhere we went, with the exception of there is one little drop zone, but it's nothing to really be worried about. We had Wi-Fi wherever we needed to go and everything was great. Something else I loved was the Hyatt Inclusive app. From there, you could see the day's activities, you could see which restaurants were open and at what time. Any information you need to know about the resort, you can find on the app. And you can even chat with guest services if you need to directly from the app. Some things you can't do on the app include ordering room service or making any reservations, which I found kind of odd because I do believe at other Dreams resorts you can do that from within the app. So maybe that's something that will be coming in the future. I'm not quite sure. Resort atmosphere. As a family-friendly resort, of course, Dreams Flora is going to be primarily families. We also found that there were a number of multi-generational families traveling, such as ourselves. It was my family, my husband, my 2 kids, and then my in-laws. We also found that there were a few honeymooners that brought their children, well, one couple in particular. We also met another couple who had come from the UK that were traveling on their own. So there really is a mixture of families and couples. However, I would say it is predominantly families as the resort is family friendly. There are definitely areas that you can go for more lively action, like some parts of the beach and the main pool. However, there are definitely areas you can go where it's much more quiet. Both of the preferred club pools are quiet, and then the secondary pool that's closer to the lobby is also quiet as well. Who is this resort for? I think that this resort is absolutely perfect for families who are looking to get away. Multi-generational families or singular families. This is a great resort for relaxation, for a beautiful, nearly brand new property. This resort is great for families that have younger children because of the calmer beach. And this is great for anybody who prefers a smaller, mid-size level resort that doesn't want to be walking 20,000 steps per day. This resort can be excellent for adults or couples that want to travel if they stay in an adults-only area or utilize the adults-only amenities. If you are a couple that wants to travel here, this resort is really only good for couples that don't mind seeing children, because children are going to be throughout the entire resort, with the exception of the preferred club adults only pool. Who is this resort not for? I mentioned this before, but I do not think that this resort is good for anybody that is in a wheelchair or has significant mobility issues, mainly due to the lack of ramps near the main pool. The only way to access the beach from behind the main pool is over the boardwalk areas that I mentioned before. This resort is not for anybody that wants a particularly luxurious room. The rooms are a bit more basic, but they are very comfortable and have everything that you possibly need. This resort is not for couples who do not want to see children. Book an adults-only resort if that is your preference. Final impressions and recommendations. Overall, I give Dreams Flora, on a scale of 1 to 10, a solid 8, 8.5 if I'm doing halves, but let's go a solid 8 out of 10. We thoroughly enjoyed our stay. We loved the food. We loved the service and the staff. We loved the lush grounds and the more compact size of this resort. Some things that we didn't love really were the daily entertainment. We felt it was a little bit lacking, could have been more. The beach, while mostly beautiful, did have some sargassum, which is to be expected. However, it was also more on the shallow side. And I do wish that there were things for my children to see in the water while snorkeling. They would love to have seen some fish, coral, anything like that. That's just the nature of where Dreams Flora is located. Would I stay here again? Absolutely. And I would 100% recommend this to anybody, to any family or multi-generational family looking to go to Punta Cana. So that is it for this Dreams Flora review and thoughts on our stay. If you want to see the 2 excursions that we did during our trip to Punta Cana, take a look at this video here, or you can binge my entire Dreams Flora vlog series in this playlist. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.